We should be ready with game 2 shortly. And what do you expect from Cognitive this time round? Because, to be honest, the start of that game went swimmingly for them.
It went fantastic, and I don't think the picks and bans were too bad. They had this mid-game team fight that went very well. We saw them get a lead. They just didn't get as big of a lead as they had hoped for. And I think if they just iron it down and play better as a team, that's something they could have won. I don't think that was either team getting outpicked. I think that was just the veteran experience of Eager outplaying them.
Eager once again will be second pick, and once again they'll take that out Kwong off the table from Cognitive Gaming, so we don't see DJ Pernicus managing to pick that one up. Will we see any differences in bans from Cognitive as we go into the second one here? They're having a good think about it.
They took away Sylvanas in the first instance, but this time they do not like that Isis. Lassus also had a... It's funny, right? Because we keep talking about this person had a fantastic game, and it was really all of Eager had great games.
They did.
And Lassus, I mean, what, he hit 3 Spirit Balls in a row onto best in the first minute?
Yeah, the early game from him was really dominant as well. It was a shame the whole team just didn't perform at the beginning, but it worked out at the end. Over to Eager, though. And the last time round, well, they let Bologna through. They're not going to this time. I guess they don't want to deal with Meerkat.
You know, Meerkat wasn't, like, I don't think,
I
I didn't feel like he had that strong of an impact on the game, but apparently Bologna, not something that Eager wants to let through for game 2.
Well, they've not let it through, but it does leave Sylvanas available. And will they take it away from... Will they give it over to Aurora is the question, because Aurora very, very powerful on that god. And
I think they should. I think
as
they
is
really...
Mike, really.
You know, Kabam, he didn't have the best of games. Not only was... he really... It's going to be honest, though. Kabam wasn't able to make anything happen late game because of Omega, but Zatman was also beating him in lane as well. So we're going to have to see something to help out Kabam here for game 2.
Well, Janus locked in for that mid lane pick. Geb in response from Eager immediately. Will they look for the Ymir combo again this time? Well, they would have given the hand away if they do. Where that Omega would probably be playing it. Unless they switch it to the jungle if they chose that. Or will they look for mid?
I'd like to see them go for, it looks like the Serqet though, so they're going to respect that. This is a god that DJ Pernicus is very proficient with as well, and I think this is less of, we want to run our composition as we're going to run what we value less, but what we know DJ values highly.
Well, I mean, DJ did get off really well at the start of that game with that Ratatoska, and it's available again this time round. The moment, though, they're going to go for Medusa for Kabam again. And will they round this off with the support this time round, or look for their jungle pick? Ratatoska is still available, maybe taken out in counterban phase if they don't now.
It's going to be Osiris, though, for Meerkat in the solo lane. This is a god that he's very strong with, along with Bologna. So it's going to be interesting. And Osiris wins a lot of warrior matchups in that solo lane as well.
He does, but Omega's very proficient at that solo lane matchup. He knows what stalemates the lane if he needs to.
Hades up as well.
Hades is available. He's very good against Osiris. Osiris only gets physical protections, not magical. So it can cause a few issues there. Rama going to be locked in for, more than likely, Zap Man that time around. No all this time. And a Ymir ban by Eager, because obviously the support still wanted for Cognitive.
I'd like to see the Hades ban coming out from Cog here. I really think that that's one of Omega's go-to gods right now, especially when they need another frontline. But it's going to be Poseidon taken out, and this may be more targeted than we were thinking. I mean, this is really one of Lassus's favorite mids, and something that he was very good with in the summer split.
Lassus could play Ra here. We could see him go for his Agony as well. He's proficient at both of those gods. I mean, Isis, not one of those. Oh, a new War pickup here.
And we have seen him play this before. Him and Kiki, and he scrims, or Eager scrims against AFK. They are scrim partners, much like Cloud9 and Team Solo Mid, and this is a very Kiki-esque god that Lassus has adopted in the summer split.
Well, we'll see what he can do with this one. Can Lassus, but Ares is going to be the response for
very
Cognitive.
Strong against Geb.
Very aggressive pick for Aurora. This is what Aurora's known for. Aggressive picks. I mean, his Bacchus was aggressive late game. Ares, another one in tow.
Yeah, and we're definitely going to look for Kabam and Kabam and Aurora to get going early, and in conjunction they're going to pick up Thor. So Cognitive Gaming, a lot of mobility coming out from the Janus and the Thor, and I expect to see very heavy aggression and high ganks onto that duo lane more specifically.
Duo lane more specifically, and over in the solo lane we will see Omega being picking up some Wukong there to face off against Osiris, which is a pretty much a 1v1 stalematey matchup. Maybe the junglers can influence that one. We'll find out going into this. But roster-wise, in terms of picks and bans here, both sides seem equally viable, equally strong. Nobody seems to... I don't feel like either team got outpicked here.
No, much like game 1, I think this is going to come down to who plays better as a team. Who gets rolling early, and can they keep up that lead once they have it?
Well, talk about a lead. Cognitive had it last game, but Eager, well, they're the ones with the game. Now let's go into it and see how they're going to do. Omega is beginning with Death's Toll here, multi-potions and health potions alike. His opponent, Meerkat, has also gone for the same, but with boots this time for the extra mobility factor involved in it. Nothing crazy in terms of builds.
Omega has 10 potions. That's not just health and multi-potions. That's 5 health and 5 multi-potions. Omega does not want to leave this lane. He's expecting to sit here and farm for a very long time.
To be fair, Osiris as well does have a lot of poke potential. He can get a lot of consistent damage off, so having that health will keep him alive for the time being. Start to the beginning of this game. Once again, rinse, repeat from both of these. They've gone for the Season 2 start, or Split 2 start, I should say, where we see the mid laners opting to go for the red buff beginnings.
Yeah, we haven't seen too many invades here in the fall split. I think teams are still testing the waters.
Weekend did it yesterday.
Yeah, but not too many, right? It's not like the summer split where we were saying we have a clear advantage here, we're going to invade, and teams having to respond by taking their back harpies or playing it safe because teams were very aggressive.
Well, let's see how Lassus' Noir does in this mid lane as we see DJ up against Dare to get trade.
Oh wow, Dare low.
Dare took a lot of poke then. Lassie's going to have to zone him out. Can he find some damage back if he trade? Got to be careful of the best in tow here. So just going to walk away and use those minions to give him an option of safety.
DJ's just going to hammer through here. Yeah, he's going to take it safe. And Dare to Care taking a lot of poke once again. He's going to be able to heal up. He does have Bumba's Mask online, so once he clears a couple camps, he should be at full life. But it's not a good look to be that low early on because you can't be very aggressive, and it's also very risky, especially against a Thor.
And now they're going to be able to swing around for these left camps as well. They did hit level 3 a little bit earlier. They dropped nice and quick for the boys of Cognitive. So not a bad start for them already. You can shoot him with the gold. There's a slight lead at the moment by about 100 gold. And it's just between that mid and jungle matchup.
So neither of these supports have very strong wave clear, but Aurora does group up the minions, allowing for Acid Spray to guarantee hitting the full wave. And it looks like Zapman's going to respect that, and I expect Team Eager to play this pretty passively early on.
Talk about non-passivity. Look at this under the tower. Omega being beaten down by Meerkat on this Osiris here. Duking out the cudgel nicely there and continuing this pressure. You talked about 10 health potions for Omega. Well, he needs them.
This lane goes into advantage to Osiris by just a little bit early on. Once Omega gets to about level 8 or 9, he's going to have a much easier time on clearing this wave. Just right now, he has to use basically all 3 abilities to full clear the wave. Meanwhile, Meerkat, with that Death Toll, is going to be able to auto-attack, and once he hits that chain on it, it's going to be able to proc on 3 and heal him up pretty significantly.
Solo laners now level 5. The mids and the junglers are going to be following suit shortly, if not already. As we see Dare to Care in the jungle alongside Lassus. Should be able to hit level 5 on this next wave coming in. And then keep an eye out for Thor, because he'll be the one looking for aggression if he can find it.
But we've seen it less, right? I mean, Season 1 and early Season 2, it was when Thor's 5, he was almost always ganking. But this time, I mean, this is just, I think, the increased skill level and map awareness of all these top-level teams. But speaking of awareness, Dare to Care already over in this dual lane. Meerkat has no idea.
Why is Meerkat stuck around too long? It uses the Lord of the Afterlife too early. They're going to get an in-hand off. He chooses the option not to go for the last breath.
I like that. He felt like he wasn't going to have the damage, and whether he was right or wrong, he chose not to commit to it.
The other thing about Lord of the Afterlife, it instantly procs the passive of Osiris, which gives him the increased physical protections that you see. So it makes it a little bit more difficult to try and bring him down.
Yep, and it looks like Dare to Care going to save his ult, and Meerkat's going to be down, so he does have to worry about it a little bit, and Dare to Care knows this. He's actually stuck around in this lane, and Meerkat may be getting a little bit aggressive. He's not aware of this.
I like the call from Polar Bear Mike at the beginning of this game here to just start with beads for the safe option, just in case something goes wrong up against Aurora's Ares here, because then he also doesn't have to deal with using his Cataclysm every time a no escape.
Look at this rotation.
There we go. This is going to be a big fall. Zap's in trouble.
Zap no ult.
Zap's in big trouble. They're through space and time connected.
Oh
done from Pern. The 4-man Wombo combo connected and a 2-0 lead for Cognitive.
I mean, Wombo combo is something that requires little effort and just kill someone instantly. That was perfect coordination. Perfect coordination coming out from Cog. We see the Ares ult. Immediately after that ends, we see the Petrify come out, followed by the Snipe by Janus, and then DJ Pernicus dunks down. Zapman was CC'd for at least 4 seconds, could not do a thing.
Completely nothing they could do in that situation. The boys of Eager in the dual lane Bit of pressure onto them now, and you can see that Dertica is trying to make something happen in the solo in response, but not going to find anything. Will just retreat to his speed buff now. As the left-hand harpies go over to Cognitive one more time. Once again, a great start from Prime. Sorry, from Gaming.
From
Prime.
Prime?
Old days.
From Gaming? Oh man, yep, it's going to be Cognitive Gaming. They have a good lead, about 1K, but they're going to have to hold on to it and look to expand it. They have a very strong team fight and gank potential with this Janus and Thor, and I'd like to see them continue this aggression. I said it at the beginning of the game, it's likely that Pernicus was going to focus that dual lane. He got the 2 kills. Now what's he going to do? Is he going to continue to camp it or look for shutting down Dare to Care?
Well, one of them did go into Kabomb in that solo lane, so in the dual lane as well, so he should be closer towards his Devourer's goal. As you can see with Zapman's death, he did go back and get tier 2, but it should give Kabomb a lead in this lane where he can start to control it a little bit easier.
Yeah, Kabomb should be backing here and finishing his Devo gloves, and that's what he's going to do very quickly. Probably stayed in lane to get beads. Yeah, so he's going to have beads as well. Meerkat, though, Lord of the Afterlife, once again forced, but actually Aurora rotating over to this lane as well. I think just to secure the blue. I don't think they have a lot of kill potential.
Well, Roy's going to swing in here and say hello to Omega. Omega
DJ,
wisely going to birds away. DJ just swinging around his own jungle more than anything to soak up.
I think he was
thinking about it.
It was an option, right? He was walking over to his buffs, and if Omega was aggressive, DJ would have rotated in there and looked for the fight after Aurora ulted, but didn't look like Omega wanted to fight, so he just took the mid wave, and now he's going to clear out his buffs.
Both teams definitely have a team fight orientated composition, but Cognitive, well, they're the ones with the globals that can be effective with the Thor, with the best, with that amazing through space and time that can reposition them. And that's why you can see Cognitive got themselves off to a good start, which they've been looking for now. Eager, just trying to bide their time, get a few more levels going. We're looking for Dare to Care to hit about level 9 until he really starts hitting his full effectiveness.
And we've seen Dare to Care hasn't been too focused on farming once again. He's been looking for the ganks. We saw him sitting in solo lane for a long time trying to get Meerkat out of position, but Meerkat, great map awareness, hasn't really been giving Dare to Care anything, and now it's likely to see him focus more on the mid lane.
Freeze there from Zapman and Polar Bear Mike. It may look nothing, but you're forcing Kabomb to walk a little bit further forward to come and get the wave, which can put him in a bit of an awkward spot. But DJ mid does find Dare to Care. We didn't catch the tail end of that fight, but the dunk happened and Pern gets a kill. Yeah,
Pern going to be rotating over to this dual lane as well, but walking right over wards. And Cognitive being very aggressive, they're just going to try and find anyone on Eager out of position or look to dive them.
Well, 4 beads now online for Team Eager. Pernicus going to swing around, realize the purple buff is up for Team Eager here.
He stole it last time, this is great timing.
Well, Polar Bear Mike should have heard that and he knows he's not going to be there in time.
He can't contest.
Going to realize there's 4 members there. Just give Lasses a second in the mid lane though to take up those right-hand harpies down and then swing back to mid one more time. But great work from Cognitive once again this game.
Yeah, even actually Meerkat going very deep, and he's actually going to try and fight Omega here. 1 versus 3, Lasses in the corner. But what happened was the rest of Cog had already rotated in.
Already here, didn't even use through space and time to get there. Now they're going to steal away the blue buff as well on this side of the map. There's not really a decent position for Eager to really engage this, so once again, Cognitive controlling the speed and pace of this game.
Yeah, Eager though, they're doing a great job of not giving them too much. They lose a couple buffs, they've lost a couple kills, but they haven't gotten too far behind. It's about a 2K gold lead coming out from Cog.
I mean, 2K for 3 kills isn't bad though. I mean, they did just lose a couple of buffs in the jungle once again, the Dice.
Yeah, and it looks like DJ and Best are trying to set up for a kill.
Oh, they're looking for Lasses in the mid lane. The wall will connect. Great shield from Polar Bear Mike though, right when it was needed to make sure he could get out.
Look at Aurora.
And not get hit by that double tap.
Look at Aurora just sitting over in this solo lane. Omega so low, has to wait for Dare to Care to rotate to his lane to help him clear out. Meerkat has really been controlling the pace of this solo lane. Even though he's down in gold, he's forced Dare to Care to sit in this lane, which is what's important.
It's one of those things about Aurora as well, sorry, about Ares that we didn't really touch on how effective it is against Serqet, and let alone Geb, we already know, but against Serqet, she can't use her ambush, she can't use a Deathbane if she does get hit by those chains. So Aurora, in effect, with that god, is technically dealing with 2 gods in one, and he's trying to abuse that and keep Meerkat supported so we can get to that late stage or Osiris that we know.
It looks like that's just a vision spot.
That was a vision spot. Let's see if they're doing gold, because they were all missing. There was 3 members missing.
They're also, it's twofold, right? It's, are you doing gold, and can Omega steal this blue buff?
That's the big one there, I think. Can he steal it? And yes, he can. He will drop it down without Meerkat even realizing it. The boys of Cognitive, though, swinging around to the left-hand side one more time here. They're looking around the Gold Fury area, trying to find someone rotating to find out. Blinking from Aurora in mid lane, as I just saw then, but immediately ambushed away did Dare to Care.
Yeah, and Aurora has been roaming constantly. He probably has a ton of gold in hand. I mean, he's only got boots online, and I don't think I've seen him back in quite a while. Blink 1 online. I'll be interested to see what active he goes.
Well, Kabam did go back for the Warrior Tabby then, so he's got a nice lead in terms of stacks based off getting that Devour's going was earlier. Zapman trying to catch up there as we see the trade between Meerkat and the Monkey King himself.
Look at that damage. Doubling the damage of Wukong right now. I mean, Meerkat has just been outpoking Omega.
That should come back, though, for Omega now with that Mystical Mail is online. I mean, Mystical Mail takes a long time to get built up, but once it's available, it will start just ticking consistently to catch up on that damage chart.
And Meerkat is trying to build into it too, but he didn't build into it early, which is what we typically see, electing to go into those boots. And yeah, 2,500 gold in hand for Pern, 2K for Ares. I really want to see them back and extend or spend the gold lead that they've earned so far.
Eager, once again, up against it. They're down again against Cognitive, but don't be sad if you're a fan of Eager at home because they were in this spot last time round and came back to win the game. It's substantially, to be fair. Maybe they can just do the same thing again. I mean, they have the composition for it, right?
They definitely have the composition for it, and they can get a lot of nice picks off. It's going to be interesting, though. You know, I'm not liking their composition too much late game outside of Zapman's Rom. I did want to see them try and get a lot of picks off with this Lassus, Nuwa in middle lane, and with Derdecare's Serqet, but they haven't been able to do anything. But that was last game as well, right?
Yeah,
I thought they were going to win early. They didn't. They turned it around late game.
They've not had the opportunity just yet, though, because it's a Cognitive game and they've used their map presence to their advantage, especially with this Thor. They just womboed very, very well for that big ultimate combo. They just put Eager on the back foot for the time being. Omega, he's been bullied quite a bit in this lane against Osiris, but you said early that's standard for what you expect anyway.
And Omega expected that too, right? He had 10 potions. He had 5 health, 5 multi. He knew he was going to get outpoked, still wanted to sit in that lane, and wanted to full back and buy Mystical Mail, and that's what he did. He sat in there until he was about level 8 or 9 before he had to back.
Where are we going to see Meerkat go with the rest of this build now? Because he's got tier 2 Steel Mail online at the moment. Will it go for the Mystical as well? Will it be Midgardian? Something along those lines to keep himself refreshed? What do you expect from this?
I expect it to be Mystical Mail. I don't see any reason really to go Midgardian against their team comp. The only one who's really auto-attacking is going to be Zapman, and then Omega's secondary, but it's not enough that I would say to warrant that. But then again, Lassus will be looking to stack up auto-attacks to get that root, and just having maybe not the attack speed slow, but the movement slow on him could be vital.
Left Harpy's just got taken, and now they're looking at the Gold Fury, realizing
no vision. Here's the vision.
Giving vision to him to know what's up, but can somebody get here in time? No, they cannot. Cognitive Gaming sneak themselves a beautiful Gold Fury.
This is really a repeat
of
story.
First game.
Cog takes the couple early kills, gets an early Gold Fury, sits at about 3K. I believe it was 3,500 last time. But this time it's a little bit earlier. Last time they had this lead about 18 minutes in. This time they have a much greater chance at snowballing this to where Eager can't fight it.
Omega trade off with Meerkat once again. Bit of a slap battle as you've come to expect in that lane, but the
Omega
support
getting
from
ganked.
Cognitive.
They forced his ult, that's important. But it looks like they don't want to keep it up. DJ could get caught out, though.
I don't think they're going to hang around a long time, actually. He's going to have to hit the bird straight away as we cut to the jungle for a second. It does look like Omega did get caught over there at the same time, and he's trying to get himself out of dodge. He won't get caught through space and time. Will help bring him down as DJ Pernicus was zoning the rest of the team. DJ did good work then. It was underestimated what he actually got involved in.
I don't know if he was actually trying to zone, but he definitely did zone.
If he came on comms after this game, he'll tell us yes he did.
Oh, of course DJ's going to tell us yes he did.
He planned for that perfectly, and they do find themselves another kill. And I like the idea of what Cognitive did then, was they actually just hung around waiting for some Wukong.
Zap was up in the air looking for some snipe, looking for a combination on someone. I think they were trying to find a gank on the best. He went up into the air expecting Derdecare to blink in, but it wasn't there.
Well, they should know this camp's going down on this side because they should hear those shots through the wall, but they're not going to contest for now. Cognitive Gaming continuing to extend their lead now, just under 3,500 gold in their favour. And the boys are getting the kills on the targets they really want it on too. Thor, DJ Pernicus 2-0-1, the best 1-0-3. And Kabam sat nicely at 1-0-1. Finishing off that Iqval, just giving them a nice little lead.
Yeah, Zapman this time, he's on the other end of a losing in gold. He's sitting, it looks like 3, 4, 5, 800 behind? I can math.
3, 4, 5, 800 behind.
Yeah, 3, 4, 5, 800
It's
behind.
about 600 right now. But there's a wave coming in, so that'll probably
good at math.
be about 700 after that wave. There you go. That's maths for you, boys and girls. We learn it in Europe.
So Meerkat, he did end up going that Mystical Mail, and it's going to be a Mystical Mail fight. But Meerkat was already fighting into Omega's Mystical Mail without his being online. Now he's going to really continue to control this lane. But Omega, he's not really going to get in kill potential unless he gets ganked. It's going to be a slap fight that Meerkat should just win slightly.
Dirty Cat is on the right side, blinks over the Fire Giant wall, looking for the kiss, does find it onto Meerkat, going to get some poke off, but the
Meerkat doesn't even care.
No, he tethers to reduce the damage and just doesn't panic, doesn't even use Lord of the Afterlife like you said.
Omega actually took more poke than Meerkat did there.
Yep, and Meerkat didn't even use ultimate.
No, Lassus though, he's going to get caught in the middle of 3. He's going to be forced to ult. Great Geb Shield, does a lot of damage, but Aurora has ult when he lands.
Oh, he's not going to go for it though. This might look for Polar Bear Mike instead. No, it's Dirty Cat on the backside who hits the double tap. Does manage to ambush away. Kabom chasing this one down after a big rotation from him. The Hunters are involved. Perdica's a little bit too deep here. Maybe they find Polar Bear Mike with those chains. They do.
That's not going to be enough. They're going to back up.
Aggressive. Omega in the jungle though. Bit of trouble. Uh-oh.
They're just looking for the damage there, and that should finish him off. DJ Pernica is going to hammer out. Zap in the air. He's looking for a snipe. Hits 2.
Can't find the third, but he did hit onto Aurora. Polar Bear Mike rolling in, looking for the Cataclysm. Will find the kill to Pernicus. The chains from Aurora, though, keeping him busy. Lassus trying to re-engage. The Lord of the Afterlife is Meerkat here to put the pressure back on. Kabom picks up one on the backside, but Zapman did not respect Meerkat, and Meerkat falls to the wayside. Zap, great Aegis to avoid the Unstable Vortex and roll away.
Perfect Aegis.
Beautifully done.
Great comeback from Eager there. That looked to be a fight that they were just going to get picked off, but Cognitive Gaming, a little bit of breakdown in communication. We saw them all grouped up but go on separate targets. They were able to rally back and trade that fight 2 for 2.
A 2 for 2 fight was good for Team Eager there. This is the sign that we saw from them last game when they started to make that amazing comeback. But at the moment, he just traded even for them, considering they were getting aggressed on. I mean, Omega came over to help support more than anything, and then he was the one that Paul unfortunately got picked first.
Yeah, and that was really him. I don't know. His positioning of that was a little bit iffy. I almost feel like Eager had wanted to fight, and then after he was already there, it was called to disengage. But because they spent so much on Omega, we did actually able to see Eager pick up some nice kills. Really, Zapman finding those 2 snipes, and then Polar Bear able to roll in and finish him off with the knockup.
Yeah, managed to find that final kill with the shockwave. I don't know why I said Cataclysm that time. I just realized I said it then. I'm like, oh. But push down under the towers Omega, gonna try and siege down the blue buff again. Meerkat should have some inkling this is on, so that's why he's rotating and ignoring the minions. In mid lane, Lassus being pushed under tower again. Aurora continuing to keep applying chains where possible and keep this aggression up that he's done so far to be involved in all 6 kills.
Yeah, and another slap fight going on here. Meerkat able to secure his blue, though, and now we see the rotation from all of Cognitive Gaming. They're coming over to the soul lane, Lassus and Dare to Care as well, but it looks like both teams just elect to back off, and Meerkat continuing to get the better of this solo lane trade.
He will for the time being. Omega forced back to tower. Aurora, realizing the aggression is over, backs away as well. He was more covering the option of a re-engage from Eager. Kabam, as we tune in with him here, he chose Heavenly Agility last time round. Looks like he's going the same route with those sprint rank 1 online already, and is working towards execution. Still a little bit ahead of Zapman.
Heavenly is just such a strong ability for your team, but we actually have a gank on the soul lane.
Meerkat's in a lot of trouble over there right now. He's trying to survive the best he can, but he's going to fall down to Omega and Dare to Care.
It took about 5 times, but they were finally able to get a successful gank off onto Meerkat.
They do. So Wukong picks that one up. It looks like he's going for that Runeforged Hammer as well, so more tanking has come out from Omega for that frontline play. And eventually, it did pay off. Keep trying. One day you'll make it. They find the kill.
I mean, Omega was staying dead even in gold, even leading Meerkat in gold after
Gold Fury as well.
Yeah, that was just so much. Like, Omega has done a fantastic job in that lane.
Right, Tier 1's getting pressured by Omega, so they're going to get that for free. Meanwhile, the boys of Eager are going to swing around to Gold Fury. If they don't get this, they're at least keeping him busy so Omega can continue that push. Omega's known for going for the Tier 2 here.
They were just baiting it. They just wanted the tower.
Yep, just keep pushing it. But Omega's still there right now, so if they try to continue fighting this, Omega could look for a Tier 2.
Cog is actually starting it up.
He might find a speed buff.
Cog is actually starting it up. Yeah, he's going to keep on that, and you know, Cog, they clearly didn't want to commit to it too much. It was just Kabam and Aurora starting it up while the rest of the team kind of hanging around in mid.
It's such a simple call, right, from Eager. They're just like, okay, we're pressuring Tier 1 on right, let's start Gold Fury and try and force them to come and defend.
And that's exactly what happened.
And if they don't come in to defend one or they overcommit to one, we can get the other one for free. They get that. They also found speed buff in the jungle there, did Omega. Stole that one away. So DJ Pernicus not going to be happy when he finds that's missing now.
Yeah, Omega probably going to take a little bit of poke here, especially once this tether goes off. Zapman trying to snipe out someone once again. Is he just sniping for damage, or I feel like he's taking to the air, expecting Dare to Care to come, but then the rest of, or Cog recognizing the gank coming and backing off.
Doubt that's the case. I think by the rotation that happened there, I think Rama was hitting with a chains more than anything, so he decided to use his ult instead of the Needs 1 that he had available.
Okay.
Looks like the possibility there, he was just worried about the aggression, so wanted his teammates in tow, and Polar Bear swung in to defend. So 19.5 minutes in, these right Harpies will spawn, and it's Eager in position to take them down.
So starting to take a look at builds, solo lane, Meerkat going a little bit more damage oriented, going to be grabbing that execution or kin size after his mythical mail, while we see Omega going pure tank, picking up the rune forged hammer. Spirit robe becoming really the go-to utility item after Jotun's for junglers, especially junglers like Thor, who transitioned to be this really frontline CC bot.
Yeah, it used to be Mage's Blessing, but now it's been switched up to the Spirit Robe a little bit more. Spirit Robe, for those at home, if we could hover over it here, please, Aiden. We should have a little look at the Spirit Robe on Thor, and you can see it gives you physical protections and magical protections, plus cooldown reduction. But not only that, it also gives you a passive that you mitigate extra damage when you get hit by a hard CC, so you become even tankier for a short duration.
Yep. Omega able to steal away that blue buff on the right lane. And once again, we saw the new wall ult go off, looking for vision on the Gold Fury, and can I steal this, basically, for Omega. But yeah, Spirit Robe, I think the most important thing is that it just kind of fits perfectly. It doesn't give you health, which is what most people want when they're frontline.
I think that's the downside to the item, is the lack of health on it. However, the protections will help you. The extra survivability will help. Plus, the cooldown reduction is something that
it caps you out. It caps you out once you go Jotuns, which is very important.
Very important indeed. Cap on cooldown reduction, if you didn't know, is 40%. So keep an eye on that during your games and make sure you don't overcap, otherwise you'll be wasting gold. Oh, where's Pedicus? Pedicus is hovering on this left-hand side right now in the jungle. Don't think he's been spotted out just yet, because there's no ward, but now he has, with the pings just raining down on him as he walks around that corner.
This isn't great ward control for Eager. It's really, or Cog, it's really a lack of ward control coming out from Eager. They have no vision, and Cogs have been the aggressive ones.
said that, but Eager, Pedicus was actually stood in that ward then.
I know, that was the only ward they have on the map, though. The only ward they have on the map.
Gold Fury been started again, a raw zoning duty. Has his own out Polar Bear Mike and Zapman, and now Lasses. Kabomb tagging this one like a storm. The snipes from the sky. The reset is good from Kabomb, because he knew Zapman was sniping on the backside, though. Meerkat gets aggressive, use the loft afterlife through space and time. Duncan as well. Polar Bear was the aggressor there. Omega tanking things up at the front. Lasses does fall down to Meerkat on the back. Is Dare to Care. He's a double tap thanks to the wall. Zapman in the back, though, is just raining shots.
Yeah, Petrify still up, and it looks like Omega wants to keep up this aggression. Aurora had his ult the whole time, though. He's going to pull no one. Great beads, and Omega going very deep, but a lot of poke damage. No one able to secure any kills. Only Lasses falls in that engagement, but Cog get Gold Fury as well.
I don't think they do.
Oh, no, they didn't. They reset it, that's right.
They reset it, and they didn't swing round for it, so now Eager just checked it then, thinking they were going to go for it again. Instead, everyone recalled. So Lasses forced to the wayside, and that's going to be it. It's just going to be a 1-for-0 exchange.
Zapman, though, going to rotate to this mid lane, and he's quickly going to dash out of there once Meerkat pops that tether. Cog, they come back fresh, and they're looking to start the Gold Fury, or at least bait it once again. You can see the team hovering around it. Dare to Care on the other side of the map doing his speed buff. Going to pick it up and try and get here in time.
Here we go. Once again, this time Pernicus and Aurora on the front line. The wall does not connect, neither does the chains. Meerkat tanking it up. The Gold Fury brings it towards the engagement. Gold Fury resets Polar Bear. Mike's focused on through space and time, though. Did wreck a hole in Zapman's heart there. Still they're looking for Polar Bear Mike, but the rollout too quick.
Oh, Pern's in the air, though. He's going to be looking for someone. Could find PBM before he backs. No, he's going to actually crash on the team fight. Omega going to be the one to fall here. And now Cog going to start up Gold Fury once again.
Dare to Care retreating instead. Going to go for the speed buff. The Gold Fury has been given up by Eager here. They realize they cannot contest this now with Omega falling and Polar Bear Mike were both too low. And Cognitive get themselves another gold advantage. Let's have a look at the graphs.
It should be about a 4K gold lead coming out for Cog. This is what we saw last time. At about 18 to 20 minutes, it was in favor of Cog. But afterwards, Eager swung it. So it's going to be a thing. Is the story going to remain the same?
He needs to be careful here. Has used a no escape, but Zap's in hands will bring him down. A nice crit. Now he's looking for Meerkat too. With the last breath, Meerkat should fall down here. He does use the Lord of the Afterlife, but the poison brought him down.
That's going to bring him down. DJ Pernicus, though, rotating into this. He's going to try and pick up someone. There's all his mobility. His ult isn't up, and the question is, no.
Well, they get tier 1 in mid. Kabom, though, gets tier 1 in left tower to trade out that mid, so those tower exchanges there. The boys of Eager, though, headed towards Fire Giant side.
This is an exact repeat of game 1. This happened game 1 as well. Kabom takes the tier 1 tower.
There's a Janus with through space and time this time round, so be careful of it. Omega's trying to zone him out. Best hasn't used it yet. If he can find the snipe, he could kill a couple of people. Thor's up 2, the disengage happens. Snipe did hit Polar Bear Mike, but the disengage
They stopped Fire Giant, though, which is the most important thing there. Do not give Eager that advantage. Don't allow him to do it. And Eager, you know, full credit to them on backing off. The second they saw DJ take to the air, they backed off.
Yep.
They didn't want to force it. They're just going to take it if Cog's going to let them.
Yeah, I think what would have happened then as well is that we would have seen DJ Pernicus give vision to the Best by going in, and Best could have landed the perfect snipe. The snipe was good. It hit Polar Bear Mike, but it's not the target you're really after in those engagements there. So the Fire Giant stands. As we look at the golden experience one more time, we should see it's still about 3k advantage for Cognitive.
It's not a huge lead by any means.
They're looking for a Mega here again. A Raw holding off using the chains. If you notice, he was waiting for the Ox stance, but the tether stunned him out before he could use the full thing. With the ult down, they might try and cover his options again because they did it well last time.
Yeah, he's just trying to stay up there as long as he can, so the cooldown on his movement ability gonna be lowered.
Eager gonna try and pressure the tier 1 tower left as the rest of Cognitive on the right hand side here. Omega has been caught again, but will use beads and use the bird to get out. Zapman will get tier 1 tower, but Polar Bear's on this side too, and the call from Cognitive is Fire Giant.
They took a while to decide this, and Dare to Care was already halfway there.
Blast it over the wall. He's like gonna go for the damage.
No,
he's gonna go for it. Cognitive get it though, and the Best manages to take out Dare to Care. Meanwhile, tier 2 tower goes down to Zapman.
Heavenly.
As a Raw tries to continue the aggression, the Clay minions body block him down. Zap, like I said, gets tier 2, and Cognitive in control of this game still.
Yeah, they're the ones to get Fire Giant this time. They did lose tier 1 and tier 2 on the left side, but they'll take that trade any day. They have Fire Giant. They're going to be able to keep controlling the pace of this game. Likely to see them group up, push all the lanes, and then focus down that right side or the mid lane.
Big situation for Eager this time round. This one is a little bit more difficult than last game because the enemy team did not manage to get Fire Giant online. And now they've only got quite a few towers they're going to have to give up. Tier 1's going to go down very, very quickly. Tier 2s are defendable. And it's going to be up to Eager to weather the storm here of the Cognitive team.
Yep, big items coming through. Kin Size finished for Meerkat.
Yeah, he's had that for a while. The Heavy Hammer is what's come online now next for Meerkat, so keep an eye on that one because that's going to just effectively slow continuously on whoever he hits.
Yeah, and another thing too, Best once again electing to go, it's the same build he had on Agni. He's going to go Spear of the Magus into that Soul Reaver. A lot of burst damage in a very short amount of time. Unstable Vortex already doing a ton at 15% of the opponent's health on that.
Tier 1 tower falls down. Pernicus round the outside with a Raw trying to cut off anybody trying to reinforce that defense. But now it's a little bit more tricky to get around the back without getting spotted out. Dare to Care going to cover that option of Pernicus trying to swing around there. And now where are the boys of Cognitive going to go? Well, it looks like they're swinging around for the final tier 1.
I like this. I like them being pretty safe. They've got a long time still on Fire Giant, 2.5 minutes. Take the safe towers. Don't get risky. Really force Eager out and allow yourself to get the free gold you need.
Tier 1 tower will fall. No defense put up by Eager. Not a surprise to see, but they will look to defend the tier 2 tower once more. And what we're really looking for here is we go to a quick pause by the boys of Eager. Do you reckon this is a tactical pause more than anything?
No. Someone's...
Do you reckon it's just a DC?
Yeah, DC. Maybe someone's got a piss. You never know.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, to be fair, what I'd expect there is a tactical pause. Like, okay, boys, let's just regroup for a second. Zap,
I don't think you can tactical pause. I think that's against the rules. You gotta have like mechanical problems.
Gotta prove it.
Gotta prove it.
Oh, man.
Don't give teams ideas.
Gotta prove it. Tier 2 tower has been sieged, but they back up. They don't want to soak too much damage from that one. Instead, they're swinging to mid lane again. They're worried about the push down the mid lane. They can't decide where they want to go, I feel, right now.
No, the big thing they want to do is they want to push up multiple lanes to take the tier 2s. They want to force Eager to choose, but because they don't have those lanes pushed up, what they're going to do is they're just going to take the safe gold, grab Gold Fury. But once again, Eager responding perfectly, going to steal away the buffs. They're not going to look to contest this. They just look for vision. All right, can we steal these buffs? Yes, we can. And we don't ever see this. It's very uncommon to see the new wall ultimate used this often.
We can't see a base race.
Solely
Hang
for
on,
vision.
are we seeing a base race here?
Meerkat's going to defend this,
Thank
though.
God Meerkat came back, because I thought I saw a base race coming, because look at where Eager turned up. They were all over here together, left-hand side, Cognitive all together. Eager lose this trade now, because they're losing the tier 2 for free.
Yeah.
And Meerkat's got to stop them from backing. That's the big deal here.
Yeah, he's going to have his beads forced, though, and like you said,
They're
stop
gonna lose
them
the
from
Phoenix.
backing.
They're gonna lose the
There's
Phoenix.
still 4 there.
They're
There's
going to lose
only
the
one.
Phoenix. They're going to lose that Phoenix for free thanks to Meerkat's great defense. And now Eager realize they have to turn this around now and try and trade this one out. But the boys at Cognitive, they're going to swim in. Kabam gets caught a little bit here too much.
Oh, but they might turn this. Dare to Care falls instantly. Kabam. Last breath. Not going to be enough to take him out. Omega, though, he's trying to find the kill. Heavenly Agility pop. Kabam. He's going to be able to dash out of there. And it looks like Cognitive Gaming, great fight for them.
Well, they all get out in spades as well. The tier 2 tower did fall on the right-hand side, but they didn't find the Phoenix, did Eager, and that trade just didn't work out for them. You saw the game plan, though. You could just see by reading the minimap. Both teams were like, well, to be fair, it was kind of like, well, let's go take tier 2. And then Eager were like, well, let's try and base race them. I think we can base race.
This is something that only Eager really does. Eager really likes to base race when they're behind and try and trade out or try and get a Phoenix, because even if they don't win in gold, what they do is they put the pressure on that lane, and it gives them a little bit of leeway moving forward when the Fire Giant spawns.
Well, it also alleviates some pressure on one side of the map so they can focus on the other sides to catch back up.
Meerkat knew it, though. It was like a great read by Eager to force the split push, and then a better read by Meerkat to respond in kind, keep them there, and allow Cog to pick up that Phoenix.
What it was as they were doing the tier 2 towers, Zapman showed himself clearing a wave in the lane, and I think that gave the game away that could potentially happen from Eager. So Meerkat wisely went back to defend, and what he did there was like stopping them from backing time and time again, just allow Cognitive to pick up that Phoenix for free.
He didn't even want to defend the tier 2. You saw, right? The second 3 men were grouped on that tier 2 on right lane. Meerkat's like, all right, I'm done. Have fun. Have it. My team's got Phoenix.
It's fine. And now we're going to see Eager try and defend this Fire Giant. They need to
They're looking for a pick.
They are looking for a pick, but are they going to find one? Take into account the best. He does have that.
Aurora's in a great spot.
Well, Aurora in a great spot.
Or a bad spot.
Shockwave. They're going aggressive onto him. Thor is in the sky, so that's Rama in the sky looking for Aurora. The portal's going to banish out Omega for a second.
They forced 2 ults.
Thor is up as well. Now, where's he going to come crashing down? Not when he wanted to. He did get out, didn't new warp. Double tap, though, is good to kill off Zapman. And Omega's going to run away in Oxford.
Great job. DJ Pernicus not diving too deep, focusing the opponent he needs to. Oh, and he catches Dare to Care's dash. There's going to be a shield, going to be able to keep Dare to Care just barely alive. Petrify, half a second too late.
Petrify not going to connect, but what this does is relieve the pressure for Cognitive to clear out the ward and start the Fire Giant again. Lassus and Omega are here for defense.
Omega's full.
But can they hold them off? Lassus just below half health. Well, he's definitely below half health after that double tap from Pern. Omega poking down what he can, but I don't think he can stop this Fire Giant from falling.
They're taking so much damage.
Kabom's taking a lot of poke there, and he's the only one really dealing damage to it. They will get the Fire Giant, but can they turn this around, Eager?
Eager, they could probably turn it around. Meerkat, he's going to get stunned off. His ultimate was not available. They're going to take that kill, but I'm pretty sure Cog's screaming worth.
One for a Fire Giant indeed. They're happy. Polar Bear Mike trying to find somebody lazy back in, but too deep in. Nobody really going to get support for that one. And Eager finding this one a real tough act right now.
They're only down 6K though. You know, Cognitive Gaming has had the pressure all game. Eager able to keep it relatively close. We saw Cog in the same position, or the reverse position, but they were down about 10 plus K at this point.
I mean, goal-wise, yeah, it's not so bad, but Fire Giant being online for 4 members now, it's an opportunity for more pressure. The good news is, I mean, they've still got 2 tier 2 towers remaining, and that left lane is respawning soon. So will we see Cognitive play it safe and go to take the Phoenix they've already taken, or should they be pressuring another lane here?
They don't have a huge lead. They definitely cannot play it aggressive. They need to play it safe. I want to see them push up all 3 lanes and take these 2 towers, and then afterwards, focus the weakened Phoenix on the left. That should be their game plan. Take out the towers, take out the Gold Fury, take out the weakened Phoenix.
Well, ward's placed down, as you can see by Cognitive on this left-hand side in the jungle area to keep vision. As Meerkat comes around the back here, looking for a pick onto Omega. Did force out the cloud.
That's big.
And that's going to be a down for this next engagement.
And that's what they did. You see, they pushed up left, they pushed up mid, got a little bit of pressure on right. They're going to take the tower in the mid. They're going to take the tower on right, and they're probably going to focus on that Phoenix afterwards. Actually, no, they're going right up mid.
Heading up mid, but swinging into the jungle with that ward they've got placed there. Going to swing around to the left-hand side. Only a couple minions remain here. Remember, they're fire minions, that next wave coming. So this Phoenix isn't going to stand very long. Eager, will they defend it? Well, they're lining up to do so. Will Polar Bear engage, or will they allow the aggression to come to them?
All 5 members grouped up here for both teams. Dare to Care, he's looped around the side. He's trying to get to a squishy target in the back.
Right now. He's taking a bit of poke. Good catch coming out from Polar Bear Mike. On the backside of the best,
snipe
bursted Dare to Care and caused a lot of issues. He even hit Zap, I believe, in the back.
They got the
Thor
Phoenix.
going up. Are they looking for Dare to Care?
Oh, don't go too deep. Don't go too deep. Play it safe, Cog.
DJ standard though, but mid lane Phoenix, this could fall down here. Lasses is here to defend. The wall's going to buy a second of Raw, taking it, and it's going to fall down
Aurora's
there as well. And now it turns
huge
to
petrified.
Pern. Pern going to fall down as well.
Yeah, Pern's going to fall down as well. And now Eager, Lasses, he's going to find a kill with his ultimate. Meerkat solo. One snipe, 2 snipe, 3 snipe, Zap Man. Double kill, and Eager's gonna turn that fight. Cog, they got so greedy. They got the Phoenix, but they were so low, wanted to keep on fighting, and that was clearly the wrong decision. Eager, they're piling down mid lane. No one's spawning for another 30 seconds. Eager, they're gonna take this mid tower, and then definitely the mid Phoenix.
They could definitely get mid Phoenix. Can they end is the question.
I don't think they can end.
Maybe they can get 2 Phoenixes.
It's risky.
2 Phoenixes then. Let's look for that, because there's a tier 2 tower in the mid lane falling down. They're already pushing down. Polar Bear Mike is low on HP here, so it makes it a little bit more difficult, but luckily Omega's there too. Phoenix gonna fall down through space and time, hit Dare to Care. Are they looking for the end?
They're definitely looking for the end.
They're going for it.
Aurora, 4 seconds till they stay alive. 8,000 health on the Titan.
Gotta go aggressive on the best, trying to bring him down. Ages to buy a second, so Aurora is back.
4K.
And he gets Dare to Care.
3K.
He's searing flesh, and Zapman finds the in-hand for the kill. Omega goes down, triple kill for Aurora. Is that a quadra kill I see for a support? No, Pern is here too. They're re-engaged. This
He's going for last.
This is over.
The chains? Oh, the chains don't hit, but Pernicus, he's going to pick up PBM. Lasses, fantastic stun. He's going to keep
Meerkat
himself
just
alive.
teleported. Meerkat just teleported to the Titan on the other side of the map. Cognitive did win this game, clearly, because Lasses will not be allowed to go home. And Cognitive Gaming, with a crazy end to the game after performing so well, will take this 1-1.
Throw after throw. That was a very risky play for Eager. But, I mean, Cognitive Gaming, to be fair, this was their game to win, and they do win it. Eager doing a great job of staying alive for quite some time, always making these risky plays, these risky counter pushes. It worked out for the most part until that last one right there.
I mean, that push by Eager at the end, I think it was well timed from them. They just didn't expect a Rod to be up as quick as he was, I think was the issue, or they didn't time it perfectly. They could have got Phoenix, other Phoenix, or just Phoenix back away. They went for the win.
I thought they were going to Phoenix.
Hey, that's balls. That's what I'm going to say. That's just pure balls.
I didn't think that they were that far behind that they had to risk going for the win. But to be fair, the Titan was at 3,000 health. Aurora played it perfectly, picks up the triple kill to defend, giving the rest of his team enough time to spawn. Meerkat ends up teleporting in and finishing it off after 2 waves of fire minions.
Brings us to 1-1. What a crazy engagement. First blood on your screens right now, and we're tuning with Pernicus with that amazing, what I said, wombo combo, and you said, yeah, that really was a well-timed wombo combo.
It was a wombo combo, but it was perfect synergy, right? It was Aurora ult. The second that ends, Petrify comes out, then Janus ult, and then DJ Pernicus comes crashing down. They took so much damage, perfect execution. Zapman stunned for 5 seconds, just pissed off. I'd be pissed off.
Causes a lot of issues for him. I wonder who's going to be MVP.
I mean, I would give it to Aurora, personally.
I'm going to, just for that triple kill at the end, it's not often you see that. Aurora is the MVP for that game. Let's see, a slash down at the bottom, maybe? Oh, okay, let's bring him on the interview as well then. Aurora, buddy, how you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, nice triple, buddy.
Thank you. How you doing, Hindu?
I'm not so bad. I'm pretty sure you'll be happy after that. Well, talk me through game 1 first of all, Aurora, because you guys look pretty good going into that one. And what went wrong? I mean, you look good at the start.
Yeah, we did pretty well in game 1. We had the lead. We threw in the mid fight is what got Eager back into the game in the first game. It's just a lack of scrims, honestly. We don't talk enough in our comms yet, but I feel like with more scrims, we'll be able to do that, because we didn't get like that much scrims this week, and we just formed the team last week. So with more time, I feel like we'll do a lot better in calls.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that too because you didn't win last week, so you weren't on the interview. How did this team really come to be? Because you and Kabam have been together, and then DJ and Best were together, but somehow you ended up forming COG. How did this come to be?
Yeah, well, I was gonna play in the Fat Chunks in the Challenger Cup, but I didn't really feel like doing Challenger again, so I was just gonna take the season off and just like chill and watch. And then DJ approached Kabam and he said, "Hey, we're making a Challenger team. Do you want to join?" And Kabam's like, "Yeah," because I wasn't gonna play anymore. But then DJ, I don't know how they got in with COG or whatever, but they started talking, and then it so happened that they wanted me as their support, so that's how I ended up on the team.
Well, a big change for you, potential challenger to a SPL team battling out with some of the strongest.
Yeah, you had a rough start to the season at the beginning, but like after that, what are you guys looking for this season? You're looking to just find stability in the team, or you're looking to like really try and make a challenge for the LAN?
Yeah, we're definitely going to try to make a challenge for the LAN. The season's really long. Even though we had those 2 losses last week, I think it's okay.
Fantastic, Aurora. Good to hear from you. Do you have any shout-outs you want to give to your team or anybody at home?
Yeah, shout out to the Best. He played amazing in both games. Did I get MVP, by the way? If I didn't in game 2, I didn't deserve MVP at all. All my other teammates did. Like,
you got a triple kill.
I almost lost the game for us in game 2. It was my fault we almost lost and they came back.
Supports do not get MVP enough, right? We managed to give it you because you got a good slash line, okay? You got a triple kill.
Aurora.
All right, yeah, but no, I don't deserve it. That's what I'm saying.
Aurora, take
it. Take it from the other supports.
No, I don't deserve it at all. And then
Aurora, cut him off. Cut him off!
Cut him off.
Cut him off. Kick him out, Eric. You kicked off the last guy.
Can I shout out? Finish my shout out?
Yeah, of course.
All right. Shout outs to Cognitive Gaming for picking me up and David Fry for believing in our team. There's going to be a lot more to come from us. We're going to keep practicing really hard. I feel like we're getting better every single day, and we're just going to try our best.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the interview, Aurora. Good luck in the rest of the season. It's going to be a long one.
Shout out to my Twitter at @AuroraTheChunk and twitch.tv/AuroraTheChunk.
Oh, my
Thank you.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. Well, he did give up the MVP as well, I guess,
That's
towards
true.
the end of that. So that's a typical support, though. Always giving.
With that game, though, let's take a look at the North American standings. And at the top, still AFK Gaming, Eager. They were trying to match them.
They could have.
But COG sniped away that game 2.
Snipes away that game 2, indeed. And now COG rose themselves up to 1-3. A little bit of a better standpoint. And just slacking behind our Team Elevate and Cloud9 of all teams to be 0-2. But they should be able to change that soon.
Yeah, they're going to have their match coming up later this week, I believe against Denial. So another test for them coming up. Let's take a look at Europe and who sits up top, though.
Little look after today's game as well, where we did manage to see the boys of London Conspiracy defeat the Myrmidons 2-0, and that puts them top for the time being. Plenty of games left this weekend, 8 more to come, and it begins all day tomorrow.
Yep, let's take a look at the full schedule. And we're going to open strong. Fnatic versus Epsilon. This is the European game to watch for week 2.
Epsilon did defeat Paradigm. Paradigm were the finalists in the LAN just recently. Fnatic, one of the top opposition in EU that everybody knows and expects to be up there. Can Epsilon defeat them as well and take glory? As we continue on through the weekend, Team Dignitas versus Justice. Cloud9 will be up against Denial, and Denial, well, they took a game off TSM this past week.
Yeah, Denial definitely looking strong. And even just COG beating Eager, who, was a team we were looking to be at the top is a big one. Eager going to be facing Team Solo Mid later on this week to close out our week 2 Sunday. Actually, it's the first North American game, so almost closing out.
Don't forget. All those games will begin at 1 p.m. EST tomorrow, 7 p.m. CEST if you're in Central Europe, for all you Europeans out there. From all of us at hi-rez, from Kevin himself, we'll see you all again tomorrow for some awesome smite action.
Card throwing. I hit the light.